I'm always fascinated by this process because you're constantly putting out resources, Randy, of books. And I believe Becoming a More Thoughtful Leader is your 11th book.
11th book, yes. Yeah.
Okay. And you're always putting out helpful articles and resources on LinkedIn. So, what is your secret when you are sitting down to write and just putting out helpful information for other leaders along the way that you just want to share this knowledge of? Either this is what you've experienced or what you've heard someone else experience and your key takeaways from it.
So I love that question, actually. And I'm going to give you an answer that may be a little surprising. First of all, I've got to state my priorities. I'm a husband, a father. I own a pretty busy executive coaching company, and I co-own the Leadership Foundry with Brandon Smith. So I am busy, and I also volunteer in the community. And then after all of that, I'm also an author and a writer. So I've got a busy life. I'd love to tell you that I go off to my mountaintop cabin and write books all the time. I don't. I have to write when I've got time. So I'm very disciplined about writing, but I've got to fit it in when I can. So the process for me is very simple. You're going to laugh because we've talked about this before. I'm very fond of walking. I walk 4 or 5 miles a day if the weather permits. And it's on those walks. I'm not listening to podcasts. I'm not listening to music. I'm praying and reflecting and thinking. And from those walks, I usually get a lot of ideas that turn into blog posts. I journal a lot. I always carry a journal with me wherever I go. When I've got a few minutes, I may jot down thoughts. And then typically Saturday and Sunday mornings, between 5:30 a.m. and 8 o'clock, I typically find that the house is very quiet. I don't have any, of my real business work to do those days. So I typically gather the thoughts of the week, whatever really was interesting to me, and it turns into the blog post. It may be a book chapter. A lot of my blogs turn into book chapters, but that's really the process. I'm always evaluating, thinking, I'm always reflecting. And then whenever I've got thoughts that I think my audience, my network would find valuable, I am more than happy, in fact, delighted to put it out there for people to consume. I think the other thing that may make some people uncomfortable, and this is just my choice, I'm not, I don't put things out there with a profit motive. I want to share what I've learned. I want to give you insight into things I'm thinking. You got to buy the book, I guess, but the blog posts are free. All the stuff that I put out there on LinkedIn is for you to consume, use, share, do with it what you will. But it's stuff that I care about. It's stuff that I believe in, and I think it's stuff that will add value to your life. So I hope there's an answer in there, but I think the secret sauce is I'm always thinking, I'm always reflecting, and I'm always trying to capture those thoughts and share them in a way that would be helpful to the audience.